You're a long way from home. This is Brazil.
James McFadden scores for Scotland. The afternoon belongs to Lewis Vaughan.
Make it 3.
It's 3-0. An absolute classic from Stephen Kingsley.
Welcome back to Joga Bonito. We are in the midst of a very exciting time in the Scottish Premiership. So today we are going to be looking ahead and trying to preview our top 6 for the Scottish Premiership. But before that, we've got a bit of celebrating to do. I'm joined by Fraser Godden, as always, on my left-hand side here. How are you doing, Fraser?
Well, thank you, Mr. Callum.
And we're joined by Matthew Burns. Matthew Burns joining us.
How are you doing, guys? It's actually I've switched it to journal these days. I've had to shorten it just a little bit. I'm working on that brand.
Is that for your TikTok?
It is, yeah.
Trendy though. Trendy. We have a reason to celebrate today. It is Joga Bonito episode 50.
Is it?
Yeah, there you go.
Congrats, lads.
So who else would we want to be joined by? Matthew Burns. Toronto.
Yeah, there we go.
Happy
The
to
half
be here.
century.
Half century, yeah. Weekly episodes. It's been over a year since we started, so we fucked up somewhere.
We took a wee
There's
break.
been a
in the
couple of
summer.
hiatuses there.
I actually think there was a couple of episodes we didn't count as episodes,
That's true as well.
like the Oslo ones and
Norway
stuff.
like that. So
The specials.
Yeah, the special. So maybe, yeah. Well, we'll go 50's pretty cool though.
but I don't know if we should sort of celebrate. I feel like I should have some sort of like party poppers here or something like that. Or
Yeah,
Just sticking with a cup of tea, apparently.
a cup of tea, yeah. So
Yeah,
that's the way to do
Get
it.
it
around
crazy, like Owen Hargreaves after the Champions League. When I'm not going to celebrate by drinking, Mum. I'm just going to have a cup of tea. Boring.
here. James Milner way of doing it, isn't it? Yeah,
of course,
but no other way I'd want to celebrate it. So Fraser, how you been doing? You been all good?
Good. Yeah, no, it's good. Working away. We're both, full-time working men now, Callum. So
Working
if
men.
we've got bags around our eyes, we apologise.
That's exactly. Yeah, Matthew,
Black.
yourself, much since we last saw you?
Just kicking on with Hearts, lads. Obviously into the split now with the women's team. Still got a few games to go in the Lone League with the B team. So it's been quite a busy schedule since I've seen you last. And yeah, just still continuing the stuff with Foreign Fields. Obviously showcasing Scottish footballers playing abroad on my TikTok and Substack as well. So yeah, just been trying to keep busy.
I know you've been a busy man. Every time I go on my TikTok,
I
Matthew
know.
Barnes Jono's there.
You have to be, that's it.
He's putting us to shame, isn't he?
Oh yeah,
Constantly.
yeah. Matthew, I tell you what, you're saying you're into the split with the women's team. I'd love to see you into the splits. Can you do it?
I would destroy every muscle, and I would tear a lot. I'd probably tear every single muscle in my legs if I tried that, Fraser. But
No.
I'll try it if you want. If that would get you if that gets you views, then I'm all for it.
Episode 100, maybe.
Viral.
Episode 100.
Yeah.
75.
We'll
75.
save that.
We've got
We'll
to do.
save that one for later. But
We've got to save a few things, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Leave some things to the imagination. So, boys, we are going to be looking at the top 6 of the Premiership. I like you're wearing sort of a maroony colour here.
I know it's such a Hearts fan thing
Hearts
to
fan.
do.
just,
Isn't it?
I like to keep it subtle. I think the first time I was on the podcast, I had that I think it was just like a purple t-shirt, but I remember you guys picked up on that, and I was like, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And then
It's like
yeah.
you, Luke Maguire, and Aaron Fraser just cut about in maroon 24/7.
Yeah, well, I like it as a colour overall. But if you ask some of the TikTok commenters, they probably think there's a lot more behind it.
Yeah.
I had a guy the other day was like trying to out me as a Hearts fan, even though I've made no attempt to be like,
To hide it.
I don't support Hearts. And he's like, I've caught you out big time because you said, and I quote that, yeah, we'll get into it, but that would be spoiling some predictions.
We'll get into it very soon. Then, well, the way I'm now picturing Matthew, though, opening his wardrobe in the morning. Have you seen the movie Free Guy? Ryan Reynolds, you seen that?
I have not.
Oh, I'm just by myself in this reference. Well, he's
Free Guy. Okay.
Yeah.
I seen it when it came out.
seen it when it came out. Yeah. Well, he opens up his wardrobe in the morning because he's an NPC character in a game living out his life, and he opens up his cupboard every day and it's identical clothes. So I'm just
So I'm an
picturing
NPC.
you, Luke, Aaron,
and I'm
opening your
also
maroon
AI
cupboards.
generated as well, which is something I didn't want to talk about, but there we go.
Yeah, because
Made up of ones and zeros, mate.
back in my student days as well, like I had a friend that's a very big Hearts fan, and we went to a traffic light party at the Foo Bar. Classic Monday night staple. That was Freshers Week, and it was Westman Green. If you're available, you're looking for a bit of action. And he was like, I don't own anything green.
Yeah,
my friend is a Hearts fan. He was like, it was a nightmare for him. He found some sort of like minty blue coloured
I was
thing.
gonna
and he
say, I thought you were gonna say you only had maroon, so it was just giving a lot of very mixed signals when
That was orange. Orange was an option.
yeah.
If you were like, I don't know.
Like
I don't know.
a
Complicated.
Rangers third kit, you'd see some like fat dad kicking about Livingston.
You see quite a few of them in the
Centre.
food bar as well. Don't worry. So
4XL.
I'm sure it was complicated for him.
Yeah.
right. Well, we're going to get to that top 6 stuff then. But before that, we've got a bit of a reaction to do as well. Scotland squad announced this week as well for 2 friendlies coming up against Côte d'Ivoire and and Japan as well. And we're probably gonna do a Scotland episode next week as we love our national team chat around here. But boys, initial reaction to that squad. Then I've seen there's been a lot of chat online.
That was mine.
Whoa.
That was quite good. That was
It actually was a bit more like.
Yeah. It's a squad for sure.
Good.
Our audio listeners. That's
Sorry, yeah.
That's
for,
describe that look that you just gave there. Sort of
just
Exasperated.
like a beer.
underwhelmed, but
Yeah, okay.
no. Listen, I can't be disappointed because it's the core of the squad that got us to the World Cup. So I'm not underwhelmed. I just hoped for a little sprinkling of stardust. A bit of youth, a bit of Barney Stewart potentially, or Calvin Miller. But apart from that, I think it's pretty much what we expect. We don't really expect much from Steve Clarke squad announcements anymore, do we? We kind of know what's going to come. But yeah, Matthew, what about you?
Yeah, someone who did a full video on being very disappointed that Craig Halkett was snubbed by Clark in Scotland. That's probably the big one for me, and the fact that Grant Hanley hasn't. It's the fact that Grant Hanley hasn't played for Hibs for 6 weeks and he's still there is not surprising. But to have one of the best centre halves in the league this season, when you look at how he's performed, but the other side of that is that he's fit for Hearts, so it kind of goes both ways. I'm not too mad about it in that sense, but I'm with you, Fraser. I think it would have been good to have maybe a couple more surprises in there, but again, I think the favourites are there, the core's there. I can't be too mad about it.
Yeah, I think with Ben Gandalf not being fit and available, then there could have been a couple more exciting players in there, but I feel like Steve Clarke is quite settled with his core of players, and we were talking off camera about how important it is for managers anywhere to really trust the guys that they're playing. And I think Steve Clarke is a guy he's all about trust, isn't he? Like Grant Hanley's going to trust him all the way to the end, and maybe I would have liked to Craig Halkett in there as well, but I guess he's just gone for the settled core of players he likes. I think he can run the rule over a few players. Ross McCrory, one of 3 right backs in the squad, and if there's
left back as well,
potentially, but if he's sort of running the rule over who's going to be maybe number 2 to Aaron Hickey when he's back fit as well, it could be a bit of a look in for him.
I'm excited about that one. But you reminded me that I've been banging the Ross McCrory drum for quite a while. I'd kind of forgotten that, but I'm buzzing to see he's. I think he kind of plays left wing back for Bristol City. Can play right wing back. Can play.
We've seen the midfield centre back.
Exactly.
Times,
So utility man.
Exactly. He's exactly the kind of player I think is perfect for the Scotland squad, and he can play either side. I would actually like to see him maybe start on the right hand side. There's nothing really to lose. Nathan Patterson not getting a huge amount of minutes. Anthony Ralston not even making Celtic squads of late. So I would like to see Ross McCrory. He's been scoring goals by the bucket load for a defender as well. So I think he's a great addition. A little bit disappointed on Josh Doig's behalf that he's not made the cut, but obviously possibly for obvious reasons. I think you get Kieran Tierney, Andy Robertson, and then Ross McCrory's maybe a kind of a third choice option for both the right hand side and the left hand side. So I can see why he's not. But players like that, it's cruel for someone like that to be playing in Serie A pretty regularly. Matthew, you'll be more up to touch on his minutes. But
if you want to liken that up with Kieran Bowie into that exact same debate, if you want to touch on the two of them as well.
To be fair, he finally got his first goal, and it was in that comeback win against Bologna as well. Of course, I don't think Lewis Ferguson started that one, but Josh Doig is one obviously that he's been kind of in and out of that Sassuolo side, so not entirely surprised that he's not made the cut for this, but would have been good to see him nonetheless. But yeah, I mean, as soon as you look at the midfielders, your Billy Gilmore's, who's actually been very good under Antonio Conte since making his return from injury. He's made back-to-back league starts for Napoli, completed the full 90 minutes in both games. And it's almost been a good thing for him that they've had so many injuries, especially in the midfield department. Obviously, McTominay's missed a few games as well. Obviously, he's back now, but I'm not entirely sure he's completely like 100% fit yet with that kind of tendon issue. So we're kind of at Conte's mercy with that one, to be honest. But
I spent a bit of time translating a lot of very impressed Napoli fans and their tweets after was it the Lecce game?
Yeah,
I think Billy Gilmore was obviously having a masterclass because there was a lot of tweets singing his praises. So it's good. I'm buzzing to see him back in.
Yeah, back to
midfield's
his best as well.
But yeah, disappointed. I think again, I don't want to. The squad's fantastic, but a little bit disappointed. I would have had Kieran Bowie in over George Hurst. I think Kieran Bowie brings something a little bit different to what George Hurst does. But really excited to see Tommy Conway back in, who's having a great season. He's got a bit of pace about him as well, and knows his way to goal too. So I'm happy with it. There's certainly changes I would have made as Scotland manager, but I'm not Scotland manager, so I'll leave that to Sir Steve.
I think probably Finlay Curtis is one that has had quite a big reaction, obviously, with how young he is, and having watched that Kelly game against Hearts, he was really impressive, and I can see why Steve Clarke, as someone who obviously attended that game, has been impressed by him and has seen enough to call him up. It's just whether he gives him enough minutes or what that kind of looks like, but hopefully he gets his chance and he takes it. But definitely a great opportunity for him.
Yeah, I think he's probably one of the exciting ones in there, and we'll touch a bit more on Scotland games next week. I think we'll have a little bit look ahead to that Japan game, which is coming up Saturday next weekend. But before that, we've got more Premiership fixtures to come. So do you boys want to jump into the main segment of this?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, yeah. So what we're going to do to reveal this is we're all going to start off at 6th, and then we're going to go up to first place in the Scottish Premiership and see if we match up, see if there's a bit of debate in there. So who wants to give the team that's going to finish 6th first? Do you want to go along, you, Matthew?
Yeah, I'm happy to go first.
We'll all reveal it. We'll reveal our 6th place team.
Sure.
Who's yours?
So I've got John McGlynn's Falkirk.
Snap, I've kept Falkirk in 6th place.
I've gone Falkirk as well.
Sorry, so we're all in agreement on that one. Falkirk currently in 6th place, 43 points. I believe you've got the league table up in front of you there, Fraser.
Just cheating and getting it up, but
obviously Falkirk first year back up in the Scottish Premiership, and I do actually recall that someone at this table put Falkirk to finish 12th at the start of the season. I'll take a bit of credit. I said they were going to be my dark horse for a good season, pushing up to
Decent turnaround from that then.
Look, that's where the predictions stopped being good. That's my only one out of all 4 leagues that we did. But
my prediction was that Livingston would finish higher than Falkirk because Davy Martindale's team would be more suited to the Scottish Premiership. I didn't expect this Scottish Premiership to be as free flowing as the way it has been this year.
I think we now know who's won the battle of the bald between McGlynn and Martindale.
Yeah, well, Martindale's got a promotion, so Martindale.
I thought you were going to Martindale got a toupee.
Well, Falkirk anyway, I think they've been one of the really entertaining teams to watch this season, and if Motherwell weren't getting all the plaudits which they fully deserve, as well as Hearts, you'd probably get even more Falkirk chat. Just what an achievement it's been, back-to-back promotions in the 6th place season. They're not a million miles off Hibs, obviously only 4 points in it at this time, but can't quite see them having enough to claw it back there, Matthew.
No, for me, I think when you look at the games they've got St Mirren at home, Motherwell away, which is obviously a huge test, and then they're hosting Rangers in the last game before the split. So I just think they'll feel that they've got a really good shot at getting a decent amount of points out of those 3 games. I just can't see them climbing high enough to go over Hibs, unfortunately. But again, it's been a fantastic season for John McGlynn and his side.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone with Falkirk. I just think Hibs will edge it, but I don't know if Falkirk have got a high ceiling and Hibs have got quite a low floor, as we've seen against Livingston at home. So if Hibs aren't going to be taking 3 points off Livingston at Easter Road, then they might struggle towards the end of the season. But on the flip side of that, Hibs have beaten Hearts. They can beat both Celtic and Rangers. So I think Hibs will just edge it. Falkirk, though, I've been really impressed by. I feel like they've changed their sort of attacking midfielders every game, but Ben Broggio looked really good against Aberdeen. They've got loads of attacking threat. I think they'll cause problems and they'll have a say in who wins the title. I just don't think they'll have enough quite to catch Hibs.
I mean, because there's very much a scenario, though, you could be looking at here. Falkirk go home to St Mirren this weekend. Motherwell hosting Hibs. That Falkirk could be 1 point off Hibs going into match day 32. So certainly would have a campaign for a case to make. For it. Falkirk, I think this season they've sometimes fallen just a little bit short, whilst having really good performances against the top teams in the league.
Yeah.
And after the split, obviously they've been away to Motherwell and beat Motherwell, one of the only teams to beat them in that long run of brilliant home form that Motherwell's had. But against the top three, they've picked up a few points here and there, but they've had a couple of tough games against Hearts, I think it's fair to say. And look, they can disrupt anyone and they can have a say in this title race, but in terms of picking up enough points to claw Hibs back, I'm not entirely sure. But if it comes down to the last couple weeks, I think Falkirk are looking for that last European place. Of course, they'll already have the wind in their sails a bit more than Hibs, so every chance of possibly doing it.
Yeah. No, I think they potentially could. They were unlucky against Aberdeen. I mean, I don't know if you saw Kevin Nisbet's goal, but that wasn't a thing of beauty. And Scott Bain will not want to see that back. And they peppered Mitov in goal. They peppered his goal. Ben Broggio he must have had about 3 or 4 shots throughout the game. Barney Stewart with a brilliant header. So they were perhaps unlucky not to take the 3 points. And yeah, they've obviously lost to Hearts recently, but they put them out of the cup. So they've certainly given them a good challenge previously. So I'll go with 6th. But again, I wouldn't be. This is going to be the theme of my analysis, which is pretty poor. But they could finish. I would not be surprised if they finish 5th. But I'll go 6th because I think that 4 points will just be enough to keep Hibs in 5th place.
Before we move on, very quickly, we saw that local hero Craig Sibbald be making a return to Falkirk. Presume you guys saw that.
With the scarf controversy.
Thoughts on holding up a scarf for another club whilst you've still got a season to finish with your other club? Thoughts on this, guys? Quickly.
Funny.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's dead cheeky, isn't it?
Not a great look.
I
won't lie.
I don't know why
Not
he's
a
gone
great
and
look.
done that, to be honest. But
Don't know why he's agreed to it.
But then
Or forced it.
you've signed
Wear that scarf.
a
like.
pre-contract. I know it's not great optics, but you've signed a pre-contract. You're going to be playing for that club, so what's the difference between holding a scarf up and not? I guess I wouldn't do it personally, but
a bit cheeky. But
yeah, I know.
Falkirk's
it's a bit
issued an
cheeky.
apology. I reckon they've issued an apology and gone,
Yeah.
I actually care. But
Yeah, in brackets, we're literally not bothered.
it looks like a brilliant addition back for them next season.
Really
Craig
good.
Sibbald. I remember him back in Championship days. Probably down in League One most of that time. But he was some player for Falkirk back in the day, so exciting one for them to have him back as well. 5th place then. I'm going to presume we might have a clean sweep here, but for me, Hibernian.
Hibernian for me too.
5th, definitely.
So speak Hibs to me.
Speak
Hibs.
Well, I love Hibs. Hibs. I'm a big fan of Hibs. I think they've got great potential, but as I've mentioned when talking about Falkirk, they do seem to just have an ability to not get over the line, to not win the games that they should win. They obviously back in January they get absolutely turned over away in Grangemouth 4-1. Barney Stewart got a hat-trick in that game, and they were no match for Falkirk. So a little bit, I wouldn't, certainly as a Hibs fan, I wouldn't be too sure that they were going to finish 5th. I do just think they've got a good squad. They've got some really good players, and when they do turn it on, they can turn it on. So I think they'll have enough. I also don't think they'll have enough to catch the teams from 4th to 1st in the league, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, I do think Hibs are potentially more likely to actually pick up points than Falkirk. This kind of came into my head where I think they can pick points off Celtic, Rangers and Hearts probably in the run-in. Like, they've got more of a chance, not all of them, but we've seen them go to Celtic Park and win not too long ago, which was huge for them.
You say that though, I can see Falkirk doing the same though. I know maybe they have struggled where they've just lost out to maybe Hearts and Celtic, but I can totally see any of those
definitely
teams.
anyone can disrupt this,
Yeah.
but that's probably what I just see for Hibs, and with so few games left anyway, I think that could be the slight difference. Matthew, I'll ask you as well. Obviously, David Gray has had a couple question marks over him at times as well as the season's gone on. Do you think he's the man to take Hibs on still?
I think Hibs have really failed to recapture the form that they showed in the second half of last season, looking back, and finished so strongly. You look at the additions they've made, the likes of Mulligan, who I'm a huge fan of, and McGrath as well, and But attacking wise, I mean, I just think throughout the team, they're a very Jekyll and Hyde kind of team. You don't really know what you're going to get from them. They're constantly leaking goals. It seems to be the theme of their season, like you touched on there, is that are they the team to get over the line? And I just think compared to the teams above them who've shown way more resolve, tenacity, and just overall have better teams than Hibs at this moment in time, when you look throughout the squads, I think a lot of the criticism that's been levelled at David Gray, some of it I'm a bit, it feels like maybe Hibs fans maybe changed their mind quite a lot on David Gray. It just seems that way to me, from game to game, which sometimes that is the way it kind of goes. But I just think I wouldn't say David Gray is the man necessarily to take them into that top three and push them on even further, just going off of this season. But I just think this Hibs team's so inconsistent, it's really hard to say, to be honest.
I think what they'll probably be under David Gray, and there's also, I don't think the floor's incredibly low in terms of them dropping all the way down. You know, like we've seen with Aberdeen, for example. I think they've got a solid manager in David Gray.
They tend to bounce back. I think is the big thing with them as well. They have enough in that squad and enough quality. If they get a really poor result, then the expectation is that they will bounce back. And we've seen this season, like Fraser mentioned, that they beat Hearts and around Christmas time as well. And Hearts that day really didn't show up, and Hibs were just gunning for it the whole game and reaped the rewards really in that game. So you see what kind of Hibs team you can get. We just haven't seen nearly enough of it this season.
Yeah, I think David Gray, though, he's a young manager as well, and you see this with young managers at any level, where I think it's in game decision making, the speed of making those decisions is probably one thing that Hibs fans have complained about before. I think a lot of the time with David Gray it's plan A, and then plan B is switching up plan A a little bit, but he enjoys his back three. Obviously switched to back four at times this year, but he's got personnel for a system that he likes to play. Ultimately, Hibs fans are always going to compare themselves against Hearts, and that probably just adds to the pressure of anyone that is the Hibs manager if Hearts are doing so well. But Hibs, I think they've got enough about them to secure that fifth place position. Motherwell on the weekend will be an entertaining game. That could go either way, honestly. Hibs do match up quite well with Motherwell, I think, but fifth position for me.
I echo what you say, Matthew. Though, when you say that they've got a squad not as good as the other teams around, I would argue they actually do. If not, if you look at it personnel wise, you'd be looking at that Hibs team and thinking they've got a better squad than Motherwell. If you match it up man for man against Hearts, you would think this is a really, really strong Hibs team. You've got their midfield against Livingston at the weekend was Jamie McGrath, Dan Barlasser, Chaiwa, Felix Paslak, and then you've got Ante Shutos playing through the middle. Martin Boyle's not even starting. You get Ellie Yuan's not even getting on the pitch. Dane Scarlett's a fantastic young player. He's coming off the bench. Rocky Bashiri, Ohora and Iredale at the back. Salinger's been brilliant in goals. It's a really, really strong squad that I think if you look at the sum of Hibs' parts are stronger than the sum of Motherwell's parts, I would say. Motherwell have got some really, really quality players, which we'll come to later though. But if you take into account the actual squad itself, I think Hibs have got a really, really strong squad. And if you actually match it up to the Hearts squad, it's not too far behind. It's just they don't have the consistency and they don't have the ability to sort of grind out victories that Hearts does. But when Hibs, we've seen in that game at Christmas, that when Hibs turn it on, they can turn it on. When they go away and they beat Celtic as well. So I would argue actually Hibs do have the quality in the squad that if they were more consistent, they could be in the conversation up with the big players.
I think I should have probably prefaced that by saying that it's more for me when you look at the teams above them, their attacking output in particular. You mentioned the likes of Motherwell, the likes of Tawanda Maswanise, Elijah Just. I mean, they've been firing so consistently this season. And you talk about Martin Boyle there, who's is coming to the end of his time at Hibs and hasn't been firing at all this season. Ellie Yuan's in and out of the team. Again, you don't really know what you're going to get from them. So it wasn't really a point on the quality, because I have mentioned the kind of quality throughout that Hibs team, particularly the midfield, which is their strongest core of that. That's the core for me in that team that they really need to build off of. And but I just think defensively, we've mentioned the amount of goals they've leaked late on, and that to me doesn't scream quality when you compare that to the likes of Hearts, Rangers, Celtic, who've consistently grinded out wins all season, and whether it be 1-0 victories and so on. So I just think the quality is there. They haven't shown it, and that also says about the quality of the team, if you know what I mean, hand in hand. So that's probably my kind of thinking with that, but definitely goes both ways, I would say.
And if you look at the Dunfermline game, I was shocked, really. Watching that, you would probably struggle to pick out what team was you would think that maybe Dunfermline were actually the Premiership team in that game. Hibs really, really struggled to get a foothold in it to really cause any issues, despite the quality that they've got. But there is no denying they have a fantastic squad of players. It just, for some reason, at times just hasn't clicked where the clubs around them have. So I think they'll have enough though to finish in 5th, but it'll be some battle between them and Falkirk, and they're not too far behind 4th either, so they might even be looking up if they can get a run of form going, but I don't think they will. I think 5th will be the final place for them.
Of course, we should have started off that segment by saying Matthew is a Hearts fan. That's repeated. That's no, I think you've been very fair. But Motherwell, Hibs this weekend does look really big, and Hibs do win that. 3 points behind Motherwell, so it's all to play for. And we'll jump up to 4th position now, and I'm going to start off by saying Motherwell is my team there.
Yep, same.
It pains me. It really pains me to say it, but I'm going to say Motherwell.
Yeah, so Motherwell, what a season it's been. Started to maybe run out of gas a little bit in the last couple of weeks. A tough result away at Celtic where it could have gone another way, and that loss to Dundee was maybe the one that sort of just knocked the stuffing out of any hope of a late Motherwell title charge. But a brilliant season it's been for them, and I kind of wish we'd gone along to Fir Park at some point to take part of this sort of euphoria that's going on there. Maybe after the split, if we can line it up. Yeah. I just want to see this Jens Ballasco team as long as we can, because they have been an absolute revelation. And I finish off by saying that come this split, we see what their fixtures are. I think they'll take points off everyone at Fir Park. Doesn't matter who they're playing, and they will have a part to say in this title race. I think people have been saying that for a while now, but I definitely believe in that. Don't think they'll quite have enough to catch up to Hearts, but I'll tell you what, that game, the final game before the split as well, Motherwell sold out their away allocation already at Hearts for that one. That looks tasty.
That is tasty, and they've got Hibs and they've got Hearts before the split. I've been banging the Motherwell drum now for quite some time. It's disappointing that they've, I know it's completely hypothetical, but had they beaten Dundee and had they beaten Celtic, which were two very realistic prospects for this Motherwell team, they would be sitting 4 points behind Hearts, which is, again, completely hypothetical, but that is the position that they've found themselves in. Unfortunately, weren't able to do it at a difficult away fixture against Dundee, and then away from home at Celtic Park is not easy at all, and they had a fantastic first half. They went 1-0 up. I think they just unfortunately had a man sent off, and from that point on the game sort of got away from them. I think they're still well in the, maybe not the title fight, but they're definitely in the fight for second place. I just don't think they'll quite have enough. But they lost to Celtic. It should be noted that they were without Stephen Welsh as well. They had a good 45 minutes, as I said, and I think there is more to come from them. I hope that they can maintain this or get back onto sort of good form again, because I think they'll have a lot to say. Unfortunately, it does pain me to say, because they're my favourite team in the Premiership this season, just in the way that they play and the individual firepower that they've got. I just don't think they'll quite have enough to catch up the top three, but I would not be surprised if they run it close.
Yeah,
agreement there.
I think Fraser's right. I think when you look at them as a footballing side, they've been really a breath of fresh air this season. But I think what goes under the radar with them is actually, okay, in recent games they may have ran out of steam a little bit, but looking back at the game where they drew against Rangers, I even look at that and think, you've gone down to 10 men, you're still able to get something out of the game. And that's a sign of a successful team, and one that shouldn't really be counted out when it comes into the split, and like you say, when they are at Fir Park and they have the crowd behind them, I think there's no reason why they shouldn't be able to take points off these teams. And I think that it's a big chance for them to really bounce back now against Hibs. Obviously got them at home next, and I see them beating Hibs in that one. I think they need to bounce back, and I just think it kind of works for them in their favour for where both teams are. I think it would definitely make things a lot more interesting, that's for sure, if they got that victory and then see what the other results are looking like between the other teams above them. So, but yeah, I think they've really impressed this season.
No, it's easy to be proud of, definitely with that. And I think one of the biggest credits to them is that they are definitely a scalp for teams now. You're looking at Motherwell on the calendar, which isn't something you'd do in previous years, and say that's going to be a tough game. Teams will be setting up to counter out what Motherwell's doing, and that just sums up how brilliant they've been. But the top three, this is where things are going to get a bit juicy, going to get a bit spicy, boys. I don't know. Do you want to reveal our top threes all at once? Because I feel there's going to be a bit of wires crossed here. I think we've been in agreement up to this point, and I can see there being a bit of disparity here. So
I actually don't. I'm just going to wing it here. I still not sure.
You still? I'm doubting mine all the time. Should we reveal our top three then? I'll let you go last, Fraser, because you're still thinking, Matthew. Reveal 3, 2, and 1, please.
Okay, so I've got Rangers in third, Celtic in second, and Heart of Midlothian in first.
There we go. He's gone for it. This is one I don't want to do it like this, and I hope the table doesn't finish this way.
No, he's not. You're not going Hearts in third.
I put Hearts third, Rangers second, and Celtic top, and we're going to debate this. Look, I've got no horse in this race, but I really want Hearts to win the league. So I guess I kind of do actually. But I have put them third. And Fraser, please reveal your
doesn't
three.
reflect your true feelings.
I wasn't going to go for this until you've just spoken there, and I unfortunately think you're right. Initially, I don't know. I think Hearts are just running out of steam and ideas, but hopefully it's a blip. And we've said this throughout the season so far, and every time that they've slipped up, they've come back. But it just looks like Celtic are just grinding out horrible wins. Rangers will do the same. They overpowered Hearts at Ibrox not long ago either. I think I'll go Hearts, Rangers, Celtic.
Hearts, Rangers, right? Okay, from 3 to 1 there.
Sorry, yeah,
that could have been anyway. I do
Hearts
agree.
and
This thing can go anyway. And the one thing I really do hope is that, I don't know if your heart, this might not do too much. I hope this goes right down to the wire, because it could be such an exciting run in. So none of the three of us put Rangers down to win the league. They're very much in with a brilliant shout of doing it. Why do you guys think Rangers will fall just short of it?
I don't. Actually,
That's a good point as well, yeah.
Very tough to call. I think Danny Role's got them firing, but I still look at their defence and I think they still leak goals. When you actually look at the last few months, they're still that kind of, I don't know. I just think when it comes down to the wire, I just see the likes of Celtic and Hearts just having a bit more to get themselves over the line. It's just something, I don't know. It's so tough to call. Like, it's ridiculous. I mean, the rest of the top six and the rest of the league, I'm so certain about, but it's so tough.
Yeah, obviously I have put Hearts third, but we'll touch on Rangers first. And I think there's been a weird uncertainty in the air all season long at Ibrox, even though I think it's very much fair to say. I definitely say Rangers have probably been the best team since Danny Rose came in.
Yeah. With how they
Scottish
started
football.
under Russell Martin and everything.
And it is quite phenomenal to actually be at this point of the season and say Rangers are bang in the middle of this title race, and possibly even a few weeks ago looking like favourites for this title race at a certain point as well. I think this uncertainty in the air, it doesn't feel like Rangers fans have been fully convinced about what they're getting behind at times. Whilst when I'm comparing them up to Celtic here, I think Celtic fans are going to be convinced by Martin O'Neill, and it's the effect of him, and I'll talk a bit more about Celtic in a minute, but I do see that just being the very minor difference when it comes down to these games. I don't know what you think about Rangers there.
I think that is, I'm going off of the basis of the previous two fixtures, and I think we'd said previously we were discussing who we thought, if if it wasn't going to be Hearts, who it was going to be. You said Celtic. I actually said Rangers because the way they were playing in that period, from let's say was it October till about February, was every game they were winning, or if they were drawing, they were sort of grinding out victories. It was 2-1, 3-2, 1-0, 0-0, that kind of thing. Celtic were all over the place, conceding bucket loads of goals. And my reasoning for it being Rangers at that time was that it just felt like they were a more settled outfit, that Danny Role had more of an idea, a philosophy, and actually their squad was pretty decent, they've got quality throughout. But if you take into consideration the league fixture at Ibrox between Celtic and Rangers, and then the Scottish Cup, it just seems like they mentally maybe just don't have it. With the battered Celtic in the Scottish Cup quarter final, they go absolutely fly out the traps, go 2-0 up at half time in the league, and then kind of capitulate in the second half. It just feels like mentally Celtic, whilst they've not been particularly amazing, they just maybe have the edge. With Hearts, I hate to say it, it just feels like for the first time this season that Hearts fans are maybe losing belief based on the fact that they're running out of ideas, losing away to Kilmarnock. I think they need Lawrence Shankland and Cammy Devlin back ASAP, and I hope that when they do come back in, that's when the floodgates open again. They can start to score bucket loads of goals. But it just seems at the wrong time. Maybe the Hearts support are just losing a little bit of faith, and that maybe the momentum is with the chasing pack rather than the chasers.
Yeah,
the chasees.
I think this is quite a good time to push it onto Hearts chat now.
Sure.
You'll be glad about that, Matthew. Maybe not in about 5 minutes. Me and Fraser sitting here, but yeah, I think it has got to a point, and I agree with Fraser, where the season is becoming. It's still exciting, and obviously winning games is going to be a real buzz still at Tynecastle, but it also feels like it's became a bit of a slog and a bit of a battle with quite a few games still left to go, and you're down to those final few games and you're winning 1-0 week in, week out. That'll be enough. But it is at a stage of the season now where I've actually just been checking Hearts scores. If I'm like working a rave game, I check my score, and I kind of just expect Hearts have won 1-0 at home against, they've done that against Aberdeen recently.
Yeah.
Was it Falkirk?
Done it against
Falkirk,
as well. Yeah.
And those are really good games to win. And one of those cliches you hear all the time is that these are games that champions win. But I feel like that's just kind of what it's been every single week. Those are the games that champions wins, and champions also win games comfortably at a certain point. And the pressure is really turned up. And I think there's a lot of weight on Lawrence Shankland and Cammy Devlin coming back. That is a huge boost. But them coming in slightly out the cold as well after a while out as well. It's going to be a lot of pressure on them. Hearts, by no way, are out this title race, and I think they're going to be there right until the end of this. I've just tipped Celtic to go all the way in this one, and I think that top three, you probably chuck a blanket over them come the end of the season, but a lot of pressure on the two of them to come back to fitness. But you're tipping your boys to go all the way.
Absolutely. I think, yes, don't get me wrong, the momentum is definitely swung in the favour of both Celtic and Rangers. There's no denying that. But we need to not forget, Hearts have not lost the game. They're still unbeaten at home this season. They still have, albeit a slender lead at the top. And you touched on it a bit there. This is a team that's missing Lawrence Shankland, their captain. They're missing Cammy Devlin, who before his injury was unbelievable.
He was my player of the season, I was saying.
Derek
just
McInnes.
A couple months ago,
and was so unlucky getting that ankle injury back. Obviously hasn't played for Hearts since that win over St Mirren in January, and had that ankle injury. So that's been really unfortunate. Of course, Benny Beningham's not really kept himself fit as of late as well. So that is the huge thing going into this weekend, is that you have a player like Cammy Devlin who epitomises the tenacity, that kind of ferociousness that has been something that you've been accustomed to seeing at Tynecastle this season. And he's just, what is that? He is literally just what that's all about, I think. And to have him back, he's already back in training alongside Shankland, and the reports are that they have a very good chance of at least coming on against Dundee, which I would favour Hearts winning. Presley's already said in his press conference that you'll probably need to see the best Dundee performance away, or home and away this season, for them to beat Hearts. And while I don't think that's 100% true, because they've done a lot better than what people have given them credit for when everyone was saying that Presley was going to be sacked by Christmas and all the stuff alongside that. But I just think Tynecastle, they're going to be up for it from minute one. They simply have to be. And I would agree that I would have liked a lot more games this season to be more comfortable. But for me, those games against Celtic home and away, Rangers home and away, we've beat them. And obviously, as of late, yes, we got beat off Rangers 4-2, but would it have been a different game had Devlin and Shankland been starting that? Potentially, but that's by the by. I think Hearts have to just put this slump behind them and really just go for it from now until the end of the season. And I think that if they're able to beat, obviously when you look at their games, Dundee at home, I think they're going to win that game. Livy's a difficult one, obviously, on their pitch. We know that, but they have beaten them away this season, albeit in the 90th minute. Motherwell at home, of course, is going to be the biggest test, and that will be the litmus test for if Hearts can win this Premiership. And I think if they can do that, then there's no reason why they can't going into the split. So.
No, absolutely 100%, yeah. And I'm sure one of the things that Derek McInnes will probably remind his team of at some point is that offer this opportunity up at the start of the season to say you're going into this split, into the last 8 games of the season now, top of the table. What an opportunity that is, and just go in and play, hopefully, with that freedom that they need. Matthew, 1 to 10, how confident are you Hearts going to win the league?
Right now, probably about a 6.
You want to put your hand out, see if you're shaking it.
Yeah,
I don't know how you're holding it together.
I
think a bag of nerves.
You're 100% right. Like, the fact that they've got nothing to lose. Nobody, we've been top of the table for so long, and all the chat is still like, all right, well, Rangers and Celtic haven't been at their best, but all the chat today has been almost pointing to Celtic and Rangers have been quite good, or like not as bad as people are making out. It's more to do with their start, but I just think that all of those factors should really work in Hearts' favour, is that they should go out into every game and really just have that mindset of they've got absolutely nothing to lose, from where they were last season under Neil Critchley, missing out on top 6 and all the way down the bottom of the table, so disappointed in Europe to where they are now. I think that's been obviously the kind of success of the players this season, out of Derek McInnes coming in, and he's really got a tune out of the squad and all the signings that they've made. But as I say, I think it really comes down to, for me, that game against Motherwell is going to be a big sign of what's to come in the split. But as I say, they've already beaten Rangers and Celtic home and away this season, and I think for me, like, Motherwell's still the biggest test, even though they have faltered in recent games.
That was an impassioned speech there.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that.
Really
Play
did.
that to the Hearts players before this game on the weekend.
When you said that, when Derek McInnes was going to need to remind his players, I thought you were going to say he was going to need to tell them that Callum and Fraser and Joga Bonito counted against them, and I was going to pin that up on there. I would just like to, after all that really wonderful analysis, I would like to just say I haven't got a clue. I genuinely, I don't. I've seen so many people trying to nail their colours to the mast. I can't.
Yeah.
I would make a compelling argument for Hearts winning the league. I'd make a compelling argument for Celtic winning the league. I'd make a compelling argument for Rangers winning the league. I'd even make a compelling argument for Motherwell sneaking in. The only thing I did hear though was on the Scottish football podcast in the BBC, and when they put into context what Motherwell would have to do to get to 77 points, I think it was. They'd have to win every single game this season.
Well, if they're 10 points behind at this point, moment in
and
time,
there's 24
what
points
you need
up for grabs.
Everyone to lose at least 4 games, effectively, wouldn't you? At least,
Which
something like that.
they would all drop serious amount of points. Like,
That's
Motherwell have still to play Hearts twice, so if they were to win all their games, Hearts are dropping at least 6.
But that's a difficult
it's a big if.
So, Fraser,
but I could make all I'd like to say is I haven't got a clue, and that every time I think Celtic are out of it, they come back out in the second half and they turn into the best team in Scotland. So.
Sorry to be a bit of a dick here, Fraser. You predict Celtic to win the league. Why have you given them the slight edge at this moment in time? And I know this is probably 1-2% margins you're given between these teams, but why have you put Celtic to do it?
To be quite frank, I copied you. No, I just...
That's what I do.
No, unfortunately, and this is not a slight on Celtic. I couldn't care less if they won or lost. It's just, unfortunately, I think they know what they're doing. I
think that's it.
Martin O'Neill seems to have, he's got the edge over Danny Rowe without even having the edge over him. He's managed to beat him twice without winning 2 matches. To go to Ibrox and to progress in the Scottish Cup with having one goal in the whole match, whilst Rangers have 24. I don't know whether that says more for Rangers or Celtic. I don't know. There just seems to be something. I know it's not great analysis to say that there's something in the water, but for them to have the ability to go out and get pumped by Rangers in the first half, to be kind of pumped by Motherwell in the first half at the weekend as well, and then on both occasions to come out and then completely steamroller. Maybe steamroller is a bit of an exaggeration, but to then come out, identify where the issues were in the first half and come out and put in strong performances in the second half. I think essentially that is kind of foreshadowing the end of their season, and I think they'll be able to look at their mistakes and evaluate what needs to be done. And I think they'll just have that little bit of nous that maybe Hearts and Derek McInnes doesn't quite have, and what Danny Rowe and Rangers don't quite have as well.
I fully agree. The reason I have put Celtic to win it just in the end is I think it will be the Martin O'Neill effect, and I think he'll know what's needed from his team. I think he's been in these situations as well himself, obviously before in his first spell at Celtic. All that experience he's got, and the pressure that we've been talking about throughout this entire podcast really is what could potentially define this title race. The pressure on Hearts with it being a difficult situation, almost feeling like it's slipping away from them. Rangers, the whole situation we touched on before there, but Celtic, I feel Martin O'Neill does such a good job at putting all the pressure on himself, protecting his players, the way that he knows what he's doing with the press. He might, sometimes look like he's a bit of a senile old man. I think he is sometimes. I think he does seem, all the VAR, VAR stuff.
Started playing the dumb
XG. That's what I was just trying to get the word XG in my head there. But he does all that, and I think he knows why he does it. And it just takes all the pressure off his players when he comes out of something like that at times.
It is interesting you say that, because you compare it to Derek McInnes, and I know there was a lot of people backing Derek McInnes up. I didn't personally love it. I know it just at times has looked to me as though the pressure is getting a little bit to Derek McInnes when he's on the pitch with the Aberdeen players. Martin O'Neill, instead, when he's on, he's sort of getting players to sort of calm down, and he does seem a bit more of a calming influence than Derek McInnes. Derek McInnes has had a fantastic season, but at times it just looks like the pressure is on Derek McInnes' shoulders, whereas Martin O'Neill's like, well, I'm not even meant to be in this job, so
I think he
if I don't win,
I think he knows what he's doing. This
I think wildly different personalities as well. That's
of course,
what I would,
of course,
100%. But I take your point on that.
But I know. I think he knows he's here for one job, which is to finish this season off strongly. He's not looking at the future after that. He's here to do that. Celtic have big players in their squad, and this is the kind of time when big players do step up and be accounted for. You've seen Riyad Tate come in, start having a bit of an impact again. Callum McGregor, Kieran Tierney. These are the guys you want in games like these. And as I say, it's going to go down to the wire, but I do think with that know-how, I think Martin O'Neill will probably be aware that there's certain games where a point might actually be enough. Yeah. If it's a Hearts game, a Rangers game like that, some of these ones we've seen recently away from home where they've taken a point and probably been like, we're not going to panic about that. That's a good point. That could be all the difference. So it's going to be close, and I've been loving it.
I genuinely think, for me to put Hearts first is kind of, that would then for me say that it's going to go right down the wire. I think I hope that's how it plays out. Maybe not for my blood pressure or that, but
can I also just say I hope that's how it plays out. I really hope Motherwell or Hearts can do it. I'm still keeping Motherwell.
You keep saying Motherwell on this. We need to put this
I really
to bed,
hope they can, because it's been fantastic for Scottish football. I worry that it's not going to happen. But you can come back and you can put the egg in my face at the end of the season. I'd gladly see that happen.
I know. There's a lot of good title races in Scotland, though. We usually be touching on the lower leagues around here, don't we? We've done a focus on the Premiership today. Spartans, East Kilbride, though, steady Inverness. It's all kicking off this season.
Big one this Friday.
I've been loving it.
Tomorrow or today, or yesterday.
I guess it is. Yeah.
Depending on. But yeah, Yeah, huge titles races
I guess
across Scotland.
The less we get to speak about Rafe Rovers and Ayr, then we're happy, aren't we? So,
Move on.
right, talking about moving on, should we jump into our challenges?
Let's do it.
All right, well, we've got 4 challenges to come up today, and we're going to start off with one of our old favourite styles. It's going to be a 5-a-side draft.
Love it.
Fraser, do you want to tell us what this 5-a-side draft is going to be?
Yeah, am I just...
You just read that off, yeah, go for it.
I would like to look down the camera. So, drafting SPFL 5-a-side teams without... Can you
We
cut
can
that
cut that bit.
Cut that.
We're trying to do this in one take, but it's not possible with diddies like me. But drafting SPFL 5-a-side teams without repeating a nationality.
So yeah, what we're going to do for this one, boys, is that we're going to be doing the classic old snake draft for this one. We're going to need 15 different nationalities in here, though. So we are going to be checking off a bit of a list as we go, and it might get a bit difficult at times. But what we're not going to do as well is there's going to be no home nations, 1 player each per club. And Fraser, you're up first.
I'll let. Can you pick for me? Because you know who I'm going to pick.
I could have a pretty good guess here which one you're going to take off for this one here. But
Okay,
Fraser,
okay.
you've got the first pick here.
Okay. Elijah Just, New Zealand, obviously.
I could see that coming. So the way this is going to work, Fraser cannot take another Motherwell player at this point, but me and Matthew can. But I don't think there is another New Zealander in in Scotland. But if there was, New Zealand's off the list. Matthew, you're
George
next.
Danger.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sorry, guys. I've just taken Just and George Danger from you, so that's quite disappointing for you both, I'm sure.
Remember
Fair play.
this is SPFL as well, just in case you had any wild card picks in there. Which knowing you, I feel like you might do.
Yeah, Chris Wood, please.
No, SPFL. So you could take a championship player.
Oh, I can do
You can do championship player.
right,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
That's why I
I
was
actually didn't
thinking.
know that.
Yeah, well, that was a new rule. Last minute change. Matthew, you're up next.
I think my number 1 pick, without a shadow of a doubt, is going to be Claudio Braga. The Portuguese sensation.
By the way,
Mark Midlothian.
a fair bit of Portuguese talent in the Scottish Premiership as well.
Yeah.
Chimiti, Jota, Paulo Bernardo.
Can't be counting Jota this season.
I guess you can't really, but he'd be a good 5-a-side player.
He would though.
I'll tell you that much. Right, we'll move on to me next then. You guys have
So
gone.
you've got 2?
You guys have gone some big hitters there.
We had to.
My first pick, I'm gonna take. Called up to the Czech Republic under 21s recently.
I knew you were going to do that.
Philip Lisser.
Did you know he'd been called up to Czech Republic?
Yeah.
Before I texted you?
Yeah,
Oh, you did,
I'd seen the announcement. So Philip Lisser, my first pick. I get the next pick in this one as well, the snake draft. I'm gonna take Kizaridis. So Greece off the list as well.
We were talking off camera about this, but I did a quick TikTok video, and I chose Kizaridis instead of Braga. And then I was asked to justify why I took Kizaridis. I was like, you have to remember, I'm in the mind of Kizaridis is playing Power League on like a random Tuesday night. He's going to tear it up every single time. So would Braga, to be fair, but as soon as I had that in my head, I'm not going back on that.
Against-
So I see why you've gone for that.
Against top quality fullbacks in the Scottish Premiership game, sometimes they can predict what he's going to do. This is 5-a-side in the cages. The boy's brilliant.
You've
He's
not got a chance.
Technically quality, so Kizaridis, easy pick in there.
Very good.
Take us into your next pick, please.
I'm going to go for... So I've got Braga.
You got Braga. That's
Yeah,
it. That's
yeah.
it. Yeah, that's it. You know, you can go anywhere from here.
He's not a thought pass.
I'm going to go for, as my first defender, I'm going to go, or maybe 1. Okay. 2 defenders. We'll go for Araujo from Celtic.
Oh, that's a phenomenal shout. Actually.
Yeah.
Been very good on loan from Bournemouth. I think he'd be very good at 5s.
His brother loves an Instagram story.
Yeah.
Is that not his cousin?
Is it cousin? His cousin loves an
Maybe it's
Instagram
his
story.
brother, maybe it's his brother. See, they were having smash burgers the other night.
What was it? What was he swing? Was he in Wunderbar or something like that? Yeah?
What?
It was a Wunderbar swinging off things.
Listen, everyone's had burgers before they went to play 5s. I've done it. And he would do it for my team.
No, that of course, yeah. I'm not
100%.
against it. It's just
Yeah.
I saw some Celtic fans weren't happy. Like, we're in a
Oh,
title
really?
race. What is he doing having smash burgers?
Seems
I
like a good
thought they loved them though.
No,
They do. Yeah.
Strict.
You've got 2 picks to come up here.
So I'm gonna go for Amar Fata.
Ooh, he was on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's having a good time with things recently. Swedish.
Yes, he
I
is.
believe.
Yeah, I had to check that because I wasn't sure. But yeah, Amar Fata.
Do you think it'd be a good 5s plan?
Oh
Technically,
he's
sounds
electric.
He's electric.
It's electric. And I'm gonna add in Sebastian Tonetke to that.
By the way, I would not be 1v1 against
No,
him in a
absolutely
cage.
not. I'm loving my start so far, but I've got no defenders, so I might need to address that.
Oh, that's very attacking. So who's playing a bit? Elijah Just playing a bit deeper for your
Doesn't
team?
matter.
Doesn't matter. It's just a game of 5, isn't it?
Pinning them back. They've got 3 up round the D.
Yeah.
Love that. Just rifling in the
Yeah,
rebounds and that. Right. Matthew Barnes.
I'm gonna go for Benjamin Nygren.
Oh,
No, you're not. Sweden has been taken off the board.
Has it?
No, by Fata.
Okay.
Fata, I'm sorry.
For my next pick.
Do we get to pick his player for him then at that point?
you can have Joel Nupley then.
By the way.
I know.
By the way.
I'm gonna go for Diamande.
Diamande, yeah. Where's Diamande from again?
He's Ivorian. Ivory Coast.
Ivory Coast. Love that.
Could he be in the squad?
I'm not sure actually. Not entirely sure. That's
So,
Yeah, vote for him.
So Fraser, you've got an attacking team so far. Sebastian Tonetke, Amar Fata, and Elijah Just. Who is your 4th choice going to be?
Oh, I'm not sure how to play this. I've got 2, don't I?
You've got 2 picks here to finish your team off here. No defenders at this moment.
So I'm going to pick a Hibs player. I'm just not sure whether I'm going to go defender or attacker
Okay.
or midfielder actually.
Oh, that's the options. We are going goalkeepers.
But I'm a big fan of this guy, so I'm going to go Anti-Suto.
By the way, he's shown a few signs. Called up to the Australia squad for the first time as well.
Aussie.
Yeah.
I thought he was Croatian.
No, he's been called up to the Australia squad. So
Not that makes too much of it. Oh, I could have gone Martin Boyle actually.
you could have done,
But
but
no, I'm going to go Anti-Suto.
And
And
then
then be an absolute menace.
this is an incredibly attacking team here. How are you finishing this one off?
Well, we need a bit. I can't have 4 sort of fancy you guys that don't want to get in a bit of a scrap. So I need someone who will play with stitches in the side of their head. I'm going to get Alex Gogic at the back.
You've taken my last pick. Ah.
That's the most Callum pick.
I had Gogic. He was up my sleeve. He was going to be my wild card at the end. I was going to say, whoever you got, he's getting smashed through by Alex Gogic.
unlucky,
So
mate.
you've taken it. That was my wild card. I'm cooked now. I've got no clue where I'm going.
Imagine Gogic and Suto, man. I would walk off the 5 pitch if I saw those 2 lining up.
I know. Yeah, I've just got Kizaridis and Mazzarizzi and Engels. Oh, Engels.
with his reshaved eyebrow.
And Engels. He's probably got a shaved eyebrow as well.
No, he's got a pair.
You've got shaved heads. You've got shaved heads, and I've just got shaved eyebrows. Oh, my goodness! Right, I'm gonna have to read.
Have I got one more left?
You've got one more pick left here.
So you can't pick an Ivorian, a Frenchman, a Mexican, or a Portuguese player.
Can I get another attacker in there?
You can do what you want. You're the manager here. You know?
You've got a defender, so I would say you could, yeah.
Yeah, Raul's the only
Yeah.
defender. Yeah. Do you know what? I'll go for Martin Boyle then.
Australia's off.
Is it?
Suto.
sorry, yeah.
God's sake.
I can't believe he's Aussie. I thought he was Croatian, but there you go.
I thought he was as well.
Yeah, fact check. Played in Croatia.
Okay.
Croatian Australian striker.
Right.
He's called up to the Australia squad, so that's what we're going off.
We'll go Aussie then.
Right. Who really got left?
There's a few. Aberdeen will get quite a few.
Yeah. What's his name? Oh, Carlson's Swedish, isn't
He's away.
He's
Are
away.
you thinking of Keskinen?
he? Keskinen.
Keskinen I was tempted by Keskinen.
He'd be a lovely player to have in
Yeah.
there.
I think he'd do well if I had to do so.
Lazetic as well could be. decent.
Lazetic, yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Would have fit there.
Mine.
I'll do that.
I have lost what was going to be my hard man in my team, and I think this is very important for 5-a-sides. You know, we need someone who's going to smash through people.
Well,
So-
Araujo's making smash burgers.
That's very
That's what I'm
true.
saying,
I'm going to go through my player that can go through someone now. I've had to rejig it. I've lost out on Gogic, but I'm going to make a trip to the DR Congo for my final pick,
This is
and I'm going to take Rocky Bashiri.
lovely. I was going to go the Rock. If it
Very
wasn't
good
for
5
Anti-Suto.
player, I feel like.
I don't know about technically, but I'll tell you what, he will fill up that goal. You know, nothing's getting through that guy. So our final teams here, Fraser, you have gone for Gogic at the back, sort of a free front four in front of that.
Yeah.
Anasuto, Sebastian Tonetke, Amar Fata, and Elijah Just. Matthew has gone for Araujo at the back, holding it down. Diamande just in front of him, and a bit of a front three of Keskinen, Braga, and Mandron. I've gone for a back two here. I'm thinking of clean sheets here with Philip Lissa, who is he's one of my favourite players in Scotland, by the way. Rocky Bashiri. In front of him, Arnie Engels, and in front of Kizaridis and Mazwanisi. I don't know who's winning this. Let us know in the comments if you want to.
I know who's.
I'm confident about my team in this.
Gogic is going to do some damage in there, to be honest.
Gogic is some pick, to be fair.
It's giving me the fear a little
Gogic
bit
just
seeing his name.
smashing through opposition players, giving the ball to Tanecki. That would be pretty nice. But leave us a comment if you think anyone's a clear winner on this one. But a good little draft there. Enjoyed that.
That's good. Yeah, fantastic.
So nice one, yeah. I mean, there was quite a few we didn't actually get through. I've got a long list here, but I'm not going to bore people by reading all this.
Can I just see who we've missed out? Iheanacho, of course. Saeed as well.
Saeed, Chesnikov didn't get picked. Could have been
I
Kazakhstan.
feel like Iheanacho would be.
Regan Charles Cook was going to be.
I feel like Iheanacho would be puffed out after about 10 minutes these days. Like,
Yeah, but
even if
Regan Charles Cook would be some 5 baller, by the way.
Chukwani.
Yeah, he's
Thought
really
that
good.
he would.
Yeah.
Paslak as well.
Yeah.
Correct says.
Altena,
Yeah.
he'd be a decent.
I also did leave it open to SPFL because I was concerned you were going to ask for Marco Roos, which I would have enjoyed, to be fair. I think he's a good 5 play. He'd be a good 5 play. Richard Chin. I don't know if he'd be a 5 play. He's not got space to go full run. But we'll move into the next challenge. We're going to be doing a bit of a badge-related challenge. Matthew, do you want to tell us what we've got coming up here?
New versus retro. Which SPFL badge is better?
See, Fraser, that's how you do it first time.
Yeah,
That is how you do it first time.
this man does pieces to camera like.
Sleep. Done a couple.
Right. Do you want to say which our first one's going to be? Fraser, do you want to say the first club?
No, I'm joking. Stranraer.
Stranraer. So here for Stranraer, we've got the current day badge here,
Okay.
and we've got an old badge here. This one comes from the 1950s, so anyone that isn't able to see the pictures here, Stranraer formerly actually had a red badge, which is quite sort of Cardiff City-esque, isn't it? You know, main colours were always blue, but the badge was red. And we've got the ship.
Really?
Yeah, always all blue, but had a red badge.
To appeal to
Stranraer-
their Asian supporters.
Potentially, you never know with these things, but
That's why Cardiff said.
that's why Cardiff. Yeah.
I just wanted to. That wasn't just a random comment.
That was just a random comment. Yeah.
Context to that.
I doubt Stranraer had Asian owners that wanted to mix everything up, but
Who knows?
and Stranraer have had this badge since 1988, the current day badge. Circle, very popular for social media. Boys, what are we giving the tip to here? The current day badge or the old one?
Red. I love that red.
Do you like the red?
The texture of the red is beautiful.
I like that colour red, but I still think for me that current badge is better. I think it just pops.
I like the current badge. I'm voting with Matthew on this one. Sorry, Fraser.
No, it's okay.
I think it's got a nice badge in the middle as well. I think this is a smart
It's
logo.
clean.
There's nothing wrong with this logo.
I love the retro foot, but it does feel a bit wrong for a team to have a different coloured badge.
That looks
so
like a
it's,
stamp or something.
It does a bit, yeah.
Or like a
scout would put that
yeah.
on.
a blue Peter badge, but a
Yeah.
red Peter badge.
Yeah, but Stranraer are there.
Fair enough.
I like the current badge. Right, we'll move on to our next team. Of course, it's going to be Ayr United. So we've got the old Ayr United badge. This one was on the kit for a long time, I believe, Fraser. 1977 to 2017. And then, of course, we've got the sort of woke circular badge
Do
these
you know
days.
what happened?
I do not. Please give us a bit of backdrop there.
It was an Air Geonians fan or an Air G fan who got so raging at Ayr United that he raised a case in law against the club, and it was actually there's a law in Scotland that you can't have, it's something like heraldry law or something.
Right.
So if you look at the Ayr United badge, it's got the sort of I don't know, it's the shield almost kind of look, and then because it's got the Scotland flag in it. It was actually against heraldry law in Scotland.
Oh, wow.
So get taken to court, and I think they had to change it. If I've got any of those details wrong, can all the Ayr United fans and the AirG fan that raised the claim, can you just confirm that? But I'm pretty sure that's why Ayr United had to change their badge.
I mean, we're sad for sitting here with our evenings talking about the badges, but imagine being that guy. At least we're not that guy. Let's, lodge an appeal.
I'm gonna just read into that just to make sure, but I'm pretty sure that's why Ayr United had to change it.
Fraser, we can give Fraser the vote on this
Absolutely.
one. As the Ayr United fan here, what are we saying? Retro or current? Which badge do you prefer?
Can you go to the current? Just
Of course we can. I mean, it's on your chest as well.
No, I know. I just need. There's only one winner for me because there was one of them I had on my wall for about 4 years, and it's not the current. So for me, it's the retro one. But I really like the current one.
I like the retro
But
one.
I
That would
agree
get my vote as well.
I agree.
I think
with
it's
that.
smart.
That's Ayr United.
It's very
so
Ayr United.
thank you, Mr. AirJ fan, for ruining my life.
Yeah, again, the new one is quite clean, but I just think the old one.
Yeah.
I would still go for that one.
Right, so this,
What about this one? This little shimmery version of the new.
Yeah, no, that might have stolen my...
it's always
I would have got beat anyway, so we'll go with the old one.
it's this woke circle badge thing for social media that really gets to me.
Back to the old days, man.
Come on.
But a club that have done it the other way around. A club that isn't woke. Rafe Rovers FC here. We're getting on to Rafe Rovers, who had this badge previously from 1985 to 85 to 95, and then they've had the current badge in its how it is now since 2018. However, this has sort of been the badge since about 98. But it did say RRFC on here, and that was taken off in 2018. So the old badge, just to clean it up a bit, I guess, yeah. The old badge had a slightly different line on it, a circular shape here, blue. Boys, I don't know, you got any preference between these two?
Yeah.
Have you?
Absolutely. I'm not the biggest fan of the drunk lion, so I'm going to go for the seahorse. Or whatever that. What is that?
It's a lion.
Oh, right, yeah. The lion with the devil's tail.
You watch what you're saying, all right?
But yeah, no, the current one.
The current one.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
That's a clear winner for me. It's the current ones.
I like the old one. I think it's got a place on some retro badges.
Yeah,
But it looks
the colour.
it looks so dated. It looks so dated.
Look at his face, man. His eyes are east and west.
All right now, all right. Let's not disrespect a great badge here.
It's a good badge, yeah. But
good badge.
I think Wraith Rovers have done well in upgrading.
I think the current one's clean, but I think this looks nice. It's good on a retro kit. I think it's got its time, but it does look a bit dated. So
It does, yeah.
right. We'll move on to our final one here. We are going to do Dundee United. We've got their badge from a very successful era of the club, 1973 to 83, and the current badge is from 2022 onwards. So the old one was just the letters of DUFC. We've seen it on some retro kits. Boys, what we saying? Old badge or new badge?
Don't waste my time.
Let's not kid ourselves here. It's the new badge. Come on.
It's the new badge.
It's the new badge.
The old one's lovely and it would look lovely on
What
a
is that?
retro orange.
Well, they've used that in recent years. I'm not a fan of it at all. I think it's just really
I
silly.
think it looks rubbish.
No, I think
it's silly. It doesn't look like
fantastic.
it doesn't look like a badge.
It's not. That's to me
I
that's
think
just
it's silly.
a bunch of letters.
I think it's gorgeous, and I think Air United have had it on like the
You did,
AUFC,
and
but it's
I think yours was silly as well. I'll say it.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid. I think a badge should be a
Doesn't matter
badge.
how you do it. It's not. Yeah. It's not doing it.
I like it, but the current one by far. Current one.
Okay. And in 2022, we should point out that they did make. I don't know if you guys remember the logo reconstruction.
Is it like a
Huge
sharper-
differences. You guys,
To be fair, there's
they've tightened up the letters.
Tightened it. And yeah.
I think the colours are actually the same.
That one looks
in
a
this
bit more faded. That one actually.
I think it's just how I've downloaded it. But
okay.
huge change.
That's what the
Yeah, which makes all the
I
difference.
quite like the other one.
I'm probably quite upset that someone probably sat in like a meeting room and spoke about the fact that we should flip the white and and the tangerine on the badge, but each their own, I guess. But the new badge, I think that clears the old one.
I think the Dundee United badge is one of the best in Scottish football.
I like it.
It's eye-catching. It's
Yeah,
very,
catch
very
on.
distinctive.
I like it.
So
I like tangerine. It's a good car.
Yep.
Right, that brings an end to retro versus old badges again. I think
Love it.
I think current day came out on top there, didn't it? 3-1,
I think so.
which
Yeah.
I didn't really see coming.
Well done to the graphic designers.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the 21st century.
Sure.
say new is always better. Fraser, do you want to take us on to our third of 4 challenges here?
Yes, and stupidly I've not written a wee. How am I going to introduce this one?
You can do it. I believe in you.
I can. I've been doing this for
Episode
50
50 episodes. Yeah, you've got this.
So boys, Scotland play Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast and Japan next week. So in honour of those fixtures, can you name the top 10 Ivory Coast and Japan appearance holders in the SPFL since 2013?
Ivory Coast and Japan.
Yep.
My goodness, that
Combined.
is niche.
Can I just also say it's the Premiership, not the SPFL? I couldn't quite get.
I don't know if there's been many Japanese players playing football. Maybe Stranraer. Maybe that's why they changed the colours.
But just in case, I did say SPFL, but
Wow.
So
Premiership. This is easier than you think.
we're going to work together as a team here, of course.
We're gonna need.
I think there's some big hitters with the Japanese players in recent years. Is there
think
anyone
so.
you want to start us off with?
I would probably have to go for Daisa Maeda.
First, 125
Yeah.
appearances.
Okay, that's good to know that he's actually fast. So, yeah. What's the lowest amount of appearances on this list, please, my friend?
19 and 10.
Right, okay.
I've got all the way down to 20, so I'll keep.
I'm-
if you say
Wow.
something.
I'm going to go a little bit different here. I'm going to say a personal hero, Colatore.
Oh, he's 16th. He only had 9 appearances according to my sources. It seems unlikely. I thought he played more, but
I thought you were saying he was on the list. Right, I've already got one
he
wrong.
is on my list. Just he's not making the
Top 10.
challenge.
Just to make myself feel a bit better, then I'll say Ria Hatate.
Correct. 110 appearances. He comes in at second.
Oh, it's rolling.
We'll go again for Celtic. Surprise there.
Yep.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Now he is the top Japanese appearance holder. However,
2013.
Oh, SPFL era, right.
SPFL.
Oh,
That kills me inside.
He made more appearances
Yeah,
than Dyson
definitely.
Maeda, so good but bad shout.
well,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
have another Celtic man in here, and it's going to be Kyogo Furuhashi.
Correct. Yeah, he is the only other player on the list to get over 100 appearances.
Wow.
101. So you've got 1, 2, and 3. They
Yeah.
are the 3 easiest. But boys, I do believe in you.
Yeah.
From our previous
You've got the knowledge. You
our
have
previous
the ability.
conversation, Mohamed Diamande. Who's Ivorian.
I'm glad you asked that.
I feel like, is that why you had that fact
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there? Oh,
yeah.
you're right, bang, I know that, yeah.
64 appearances. He's 4th on the list, so that gives you an
Nice.
idea. There's a big jump here.
Yeah. Lower
Ivorians.
down, is there quite like a big jump in terms of there could be some in there that haven't got loads and loads of appearances?
There's a big jump from
Okay.
4th to 5th.
Who was the Hearts Japanese
Yeah.
player had with the fun little song?
I'm gonna go for Yutaro Oda.
Correct.
Oh,
Fantastic.
not even the one I meant.
that'll be the next
Go
one
on.
then.
Yutaro Oda has 33 appearances in
he
the
played a
SPFL. He's 5th on the list.
19.
A lot of substitute appearances in there.
Yeah. But they all
Scored
count.
that goal against Hibs. Remember that?
Who was the player? You know,
Yeah.
Tagawa.
Tagawa.
That was it. I couldn't actually remember his name to save my life.
Great knowledge. He made only 11 appearances, so he's 15th on the list.
Oh.
So he's
I
not
thought he
quite made
played
it.
more than that.
I know.
He was okay.
I
This
knew
is, again-
that's what I'm saying. I knew Oda played a lot more.
It's according to Transfer Marks. So
Yeah.
No, they'll be accurate. Our good friends there.
you
can
get
get
6,
some of
7,
these.
8, 9, and 10.
Okay.
I can give you hints because,
I'll have a little think.
but these are big names actually.
Yeah.
There was a Japanese player at Motherwell,
Oh, this is phenomenal if you pull this out.
and it was quite a big deal when he signed. But his name is just slipping out of my head.
Can I put you out your misery?
Is he not on the list?
He's 20th.
Okay.
My goodness. What's his
We're
name?
going too niche.
Riku Danzaki.
Danzaki.
That is
Zaki.
unbelievable ball knowledge, by the
Wow.
way. Only 3 appearances.
Okay. Free Oh my
He
God.
definitely played.
I wasn't even there on that one. There's
So
got to be
that's-
more Ivorians on this list,
Yeah,
surely.
we need to.
There are 1, 2, 3 Ivorians and 2 Japanese still to go.
Two Japanese, 3 Ivorians. Now, what kind of clubs are we looking at? We still got some big hitters?
Weirdly, actually, it seems to be Hearts, Motherwell, and Celtic that really love these
Okay,
Ivorian
yeah.
and Japanese players. One more Hearts. There's actually another club, sorry, on the list.
Japanese Hearts player.
Japanese Hearts player.
Oh, Machino?
Yoshino.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Callum, you're on a roll. He is
Yeah.
10th on the list.
How many did he have?
19.
Okay. Yeah.
Number 77, Rio Machino.
Yeah.
Hearts feature quite a few more times. No, they don't actually. They feature one more time, but not on
An
the top
Ivorian.
10. Not in the top 10.
Oh.
There's an Ivorian in 12th place.
I'm
If you get that, I'll
struggling-
give you
I
a
don't know
blow.
why I'm
Hearts.
struggling to
For
think of Ivorians.
Scored a few goals.
Yeah.
14 appearances. Maybe he's one of those French or Ivorians.
He's not made the list, has he?
Not made the list.
Not made
but
the list. Well, it doesn't matter.
Sorry.
I know, but
I just like having the information. I want to share it with everyone. Okay, so you are looking for 6, 7, 8, and 9.
6, 7, 8, and 9.
Let me know when you want another clue.
I'm gutted Kyle Torre's not on the list. That's my main takeaway from this. Is there any... I can't even think of big Ivorian players. It could have been...
They're not.
They're not big names.
So
Oh, there was that defence midfielder at Celtic. Kouassi? Is he Ivorian?
great. He is Ivorian, and he was Ivorian. He's 14th, though. You get 12
Come on.
appearances.
That's what I
Think
remember him
same
from.
box. Don't step outside of that box.
Another defensive midfielder from Celtic that's Ivorian. Ismail Soro.
There you
wow.
go.
Yeah.
Who was
Fantastic.
the one that got that ball squeezed by Steve McLean? Was that Soro?
That was.
That's
You saw it, wasn't it?
Well,
That's some real ball knowledge.
That
About
was-
that.
that's how he's remembered. That's how he's remembered in my household.
7th on the list, 24 appearances. He thrived under Neil Lennon for a wee bit.
Aidan McGeady.
No.
Get my flags mixed up. That wasn't that funny. Right.
So I think
We've got 3 left.
you get 3 more. You've got in it 2 Ivorians and oh no wait, you've got 2 left.
I'm gonna get Solomon.
You said Awata, didn't you? Yeah.
no.
Oh no.
Thank you, Awata.
Awata, of course, he was on the
thank
tip
you
of my
very
tongue.
much.
Sorry, I was getting him mixed up with Kouassi.
Did he play that much? He did come in my head, but
Apparently so. 22 appearances. Sorry, it's just that was.
don't apologise. Thank you.
Which numbers have we got left, Fraser?
So you've got 6 and 9.
I'm going to say
One of them was an absolute baller.
Suleiman Koulibaly's not Ivorian, is he?
You tell me.
Suleiman Koulibaly.
Congratulations.
Oh, well done, Cal.
That was the baller I was talking about. 21 appearances.
Right.
And what a 21 appearances that was.
It really was.
One of the best ever.
Then went to Partick Thistle.
And then, is it 9th left?
No, he was
Was it
9th.
6th?
So you get 6th. This is actually he's
Okay.
big play. He's had a good career since leaving Scotland.
An Ivorian.
Ivorian.
An Ivorian's had a good career since.
I always thought he was a bit of a donkey, if I'm being honest, but he's gone on to have a
Oh, it's no.
pretty solid.
I was
career.
thinking of Umar Sadiq in my head, but he's Nigerian.
No.
But he fits that.
He fits that, but not
Do
this list.
you want to get a clue, or would you rather not?
Yeah, I think we need a clue.
I think if I
Okay,
give
give
you
us
the
the-
club, you'll get it.
It's obvious at that point.
I've mentioned the club already,
You've mentioned a lot of clubs.
but when I gave you the hints,
Position?
centre back.
Oh, okay. I wasn't thinking of centre back.
Ivorian centre back.
It's gone on to have a
of a
decent
donkey.
career.
Wasn't. Yeah, okay.
Bit of a bomb scare at times, but also real ability as well.
An Ivorian centre back. Oh, Cedric Kipre.
Fair play, you're on flames.
He was a player.
Cedric Keeper.
Cedric Kipre. I wouldn't have got that about
Still kicking about, and I think he's at West Brom, maybe.
West Brom. It was Wigan or West Brom, wasn't it?
Yeah, so
Good player. Good
Nice.
quiz.
there you go. There's the top. See, it was doable but difficult.
That was doable. but
There's
difficult.
another few sort of, what
What
they
was that
call it?
other Hearts player that was like the dual nationality? Is it Gwandale?
Yes, Nandule. how do you say it?
yeah. Had like the big braids. I remember.
He made
that.
appearances in the Championship, though, didn't he? as
He
well?
was a footballer for Hearts.
He was a big lad. He was a big lad.
He definitely played for Hearts.
One
He
goal,
scored in 3 for us.
He did, yeah.
one goalkeeper in the whole list. Can you remember who that would be?
Ivorian?
The Dundee United goalkeeper. What was his name? He was awful.
Kawashima.
Kawashima. I think he's still
He
playing.
was a Japanese goalie, was he not?
Yeah, I think he's still
Not
playing.
like number 1.
He was awful. that
Get
season.
him up.
He was 11th.
I need to
How do
see
you spell
him.
it? I
Kawashima.
haven't actually got internet here.
Oh right.
I think he's still playing. That doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
Guy de Mel. Do you remember him?
Oh yeah.
What a career he had, by the way. Borussia Dortmund, Hamburg, West Ham, and then came up the road to Dundee
I
United.
think I've told you the story on this podcast before. I was sat at Balwearie High School next to my good friend that was a Dundee United fan at the time, and he told me that his dad called him to tell him that they signed Gary Mel, and he got so excited thinking Dundee United had just signed Gary Medel off the back of the 2014 World Cup where he was
played
one of the
well,
best players for
Gary
Chile,
Medel.
and he was like, brilliant, Gary Medel, what a signing! Gary Mel, sorry.
I mean,
he's got one leg left.
what a career. I would argue he had a better career than Gary Medel. He's played.
Inter Milan.
I'm not sure about that, but
He played for Inter Milan, didn't he? But Borussia Dortmund, Hamburg, West Ham, then up the road to Dundee United.
same team
Why
as
not?
Kawashima got relegated.
Oh really?
It was a terrible
Oh,
Dundee
yeah.
United team, yeah.
And then you've mentioned everyone else except Vakun Bio or Vakun Isuf Bio, he's flying these days. And then Shin Yamada, Ahmad Diallo, and then in 20th.
Diallo. How did we not even get that?
Oh, of course.
He's only five appearances.
Yeah.
So he was 19th. But there you go.
Right.
Short stint.
International flavour for you then.
Right. Boys, just to finish this off then, very quickly, it's going to be a quick flyer. Blind ranking here. Right, we love these ones around here. And this is just to finish us off, a little cherry on top ahead of the Scotland games next week. The two of you, I want you to blind rank these famous Steve Clarke Scotland games. Okay, so 1 to 5, you guys know how blind ranking works, don't you? All right, the first game you guys have got to come up is going to be from November 2024. More of a recent edition on this one. It's going to be Poland 1, Scotland 2. Andy Robertson, last minute winner.
Yeah,
Big game in the Nations League.
that was good. But
Ultimately didn't really have much of an effect on anything.
4 or 5, Fraser.
This is 5, sorry.
1 to 5, yeah.
Yeah, I never listened to the T's and C's at the start. I should have. 5.
Yeah.
Putting that 5.
No, that's a last minute winner away from home. Let's go 4 actually.
But you said it didn't have that much impact. It was in the Nations League, wasn't
But
it?
it almost did, I suppose, because then we got the 3rd place playoff.
Go for a 4th then?
I would go for it because I reckon he's going to throw in a stinker.
Yeah.
I have said famous Steve Clark Scotland games. I haven't said
Okay.
Exactly. So I think he's going to throw in a stinker.
So what are you putting in that?
Maybe now you've said that. We'll go 4. We'll go for 4th. Go with our gut.
I'm happy with that.
Can't be putting that 5.
Okay, up next you've got Norway 1, Scotland 2.
At the Ullaval.
That's got to be 2, at least. But there's bigger out there. So let's go 2.
So iconic you ran around the stadium to try and
That
and match the time it took between the 2 goals.
Connection with that
I
place.
wasn't there though, and there's potentially other ones that I was there. So let's
Get a bit
go.
biased at that point. So where are you putting that?
Would you agree on 2? Are you happy with 2, or would you want 1?
Okay, 2.
Nah,
2 and 4.
number 2.
A very safe spread, a bit of a boring spread so far. But I respect that from you guys. Up next, you've got Scotland 1, Ukraine 3.
There we go.
5?
It's got to be 5. However, in terms of build up and excitement before, I've never been more excited for a Scotland game.
Would you say that's
At that point in time,
Is
so-
that as low as it gets?
That was pretty low.
Or I don't think that's as low as it gets.
Pretty
But
bad.
what was worse, that or was Hungary worse?
Also hungry.
It could be, but I'm just saying, what do you think is your worst moment under Steve Clark?
I think Ukraine was, at least with Hungary, we had a bit of hope.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go for the Ukraine
Put that in
game
fifth.
5th.
Okay.
Sorry, I know.
You
Yeah,
guys are.
we're
You
gonna go.
guys are going to put it there. Your next game up. So you've got 1 and 3 still left. Am I correct? Say you've got Scotland 2, Spain 0. Another classic game from that same campaign as the Norway one.
Is that better than Norway? I think it has to go 3 because we're assuming that
Yeah,
the big one's
I
coming
think
here.
the way in which Scotland won, of course, in the Norway game, that was ridiculous. Obviously, a huge performance against Spain, and all this stuff after the game with Rodri getting
Rodri's still greeting, man.
post match and
Terrible.
everything else.
That's the last time Spain ever lost a competitive match. Is it still? No, not quite.
So would you
In 90 minutes. In 90 minutes, sorry.
would you go for 3?
I would go for 3. We've got to leave.
So
If he makes us look silly, that's
leave a
fine.
spot in there.
But we can't be having Denmark in 3rd.
So you've left spot number 1 open.
Yep.
Why is that?
Because there is
Don't know.
the biggest one's out there, and we're just going foot to the
I
floor
have to
here.
hope that it's.
Yeah.
Okay, number 1 on your list. It's going to be England 0, Scotland 0.
Do you know what? I'm happy with that.
Great game.
I'm actually okay with that.
What year?
That was 2021.
That was a
Yeah.
great. That was
The
one of
Euros, yeah.
Scotland's best wins.
Oh, at the Euros.
Yeah.
The 0-0 at the Euros. The
That was a
Stephen O'Donnell redemption arc. Yeah.
I'm happy with that. I'm more than happy with that.
They
I
have
would have
celebrated
maybe
0-0.
I would have rejigged that a little bit, but
I definitely would have. That's fine.
the celebration that we had after that game, to think we thought we were going to get pumped.
Yeah.
We didn't. We actually arguably outplayed the English, and then we were going in to our final game, a winnable game at home to qualify. It didn't turn out that way, but yeah, I'm happy with that.
All right, your final list then is the England game, then the Norway game, then the Spain game, then the Poland game, and thankfully Ukraine is last on that one. So get past on that list, and hopefully some big games to come up this summer, of course, and we've got it all to look forward to.
Well, certainly
The World
big
Cup.
games, but hopefully some wins.
That's sort of what I meant there. Yeah. Big
Hopefully
wins.
less draws.
Yeah.
That would be ideal. Boys, it's been a pleasure, absolutely, once again. Episode 50 of Joga Bonito in the book,
Guys.
and on the record,
performance.
I think we can also, we want to see Hearts win the league. So sorry that we could have crushed those dreams a little bit.
Just say you want them to win it next time, and we'll be all good.
No, we are unbiased,
Yeah.
purely analytical journalists on this show.
Yeah.
So we have to go with what we see, not with what we feel. If I was going for what I feel, it was going to be a Motherwell Hibs top 3.
I wouldn't mind it. But
That's what I would have felt. Hearts in 4th, of course.
Yeah. Naturally.
But we'll
Aberdeen and Dundee United in 5th and 6th.
be watching it closely. We'll have a little break for the national team next week. But that brings this episode to an end. Matthew, thank you for joining us once again.
Cheers,
We'll
lads.
see you before too long, I hope.
Yeah, pleasure as always.
Good man, Fraser.
Yeah, see you.
See you around there. Do you want to have final words?
Joga Bonito is. That was quite cool.